Hi there, I'm Lyndon Thorpe, and this is Mindful Moments Touch Your Heart Every Day. I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on LinkedIn to help you lay down a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your busy life. So, if you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm delighted. And we are streaming live to LinkedIn and also to YouTube. So, welcome everybody. Yes, thank you for coming. And if this is your first time here, well, you've made a great decision because investing time in your mindfulness and in the balance of your body, spirit, and mind is the best thing you could ever do. Yeah. And I must qualify when I say spirit, I'm not talking about anything remotely religious. I am not a religious person. I am a spiritual person. And spirit is about self dependence, no dependence on some kind of outside deity or something like that. So, I mean human spirit, our essence, our energy, which is indestructible. So if you are living in your limited mind, the mind between your ears, then you're going to get into trouble sooner or later. It's not designed to live life from. It's a tool. It's a fabulous tool. And we're so lucky to have developed it to such a high level. And now we have AI to echo that. But it's not where we should live from. And if you do, then you're going to break. It's not designed for living. We need the three facets of human life: the body, most importantly, the spirit or essence of you, and the unlimited mind. And this practice, mindful moments, is designed to take you into the unlimited mind so you can get a taste of it and use it as your living place. This is where we can live happily, successfully, and it's the best place on earth to live from. So in a moment we'll get started. We need about 20 minutes, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. But there are a couple of things that will help you maximize the benefit of this session. And one is to sit or stand with your spine vertical, the crown of your head going up, the base of your spine going down into your seat if you're sitting, or down through your feet if you're standing. And if you're sitting, your feet should be flat on the floor the whole time. This is a basic meditation pose. You don't need to sit cross-legged. In fact, I don't recommend it. Sit on a chair because you can really become so uncomfortable that it detracts from concentration. Above all, mindfulness is about heightened awareness. And if you're suffering from cramp in your legs or some kind of twitching or something, it's going to distract you. So better to just sit on a simple seat or stand. Yeah, these are the best postures. And of course, if you are damaged in some way or sick, please lean. The most important thing is to be comfortable, and that will allow you to focus on the things I want you to focus on. Now, in this practice, there's nothing to do. It's a non-doing practice. It might be the first time in your life you've ever encountered something like this. But yes, you don't have to do anything. All you need to do is follow my voice, and I'll guide you down into your inner core, where we can start to really make contact with your authentic self and the unlimited mind. Okay, so in a moment I'm going to ring my Buddhist bell. I start every session with a bell, and I'd like you to allow your eyelids to fall, and don't close them entirely. Keep a rim of light open at the base of your glance, and look at the tip of your nose. That will keep you focused and keep you awake. You may be tempted to nod off if you close them entirely. Heightened awareness, that's what I need, not dozing. Of course, later you'll feel the benefit of this practice in relaxed feeling, calmness, and so on. But during the actual practice, I need you to be fully here and now. Here we go. Wonderful. So take a few moments and just really take time to come down into your inner core. It will take a moment or two for you to adjust, to transition from the incredible, overstimulating visual world and the intellectual mind with all of its skills to come down into your central core, into the invisible world and the unlimited mind, which also has many, many tools at its disposal. So take a moment. Okay, now as you come down into this space, you may notice a couple of things. The first one is your breath. You'll become probably very aware of your breath. In the visual world and the intellectual mind, we don't really notice the breath. We take it for granted. We just breathe, and the breath is always there. So we don't acknowledge it often. In this session, I'd like you to really acknowledge it and appreciate it, because it is remarkable that we can breathe between 20 and 24,000 times every 24 hours for 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 plus years, without question. It is non-doing. We don't have to do the breathing unless we've had an accident or we have some kind of harm. We don't do anything. It is truly non-doing. But here in this practice, as we start to relax and the shoulders soften and the ribs expand and the lungs open beautifully, your breathing rhythm will slow down and you'll be able to really consciously breathe. Conscious breathing is not doing the breath, it's non-doing, but you can watch your breath and enjoy breathing with 100% of your attention. Okay, the second thing you may notice is your tendency to perhaps generate words and images as I speak. Don't worry, this is natural. We're taught to do it, we're trained to do it. But here in the invisible world, you don't need symbols. In the invisible world, we don't need anything to represent anything because we go down into reality beneath the words, beneath the symbols. And there we can find reality. Everything else is rather a dream. So, yeah, resist the temptation to generate words and images, and instead just put all your attention into following my voice. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's get started with stage 1. I'd like you to take your mind power. We have incredible, individual, unique minds that are so powerful. And here in the invisible world, we can really focus on that power. So take the power of your mind and channel it into a laser beam, bright and strong. No distractions, just all your mind energy into this incredible beam. And we're going to slide that laser beam outside your immediate environment. So outside your walls and ceilings, if you're in a room, outside your roof, if you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle, and if you're already outdoors, that's great. We're going to project that beam as far afield as we can. Okay, and we're going to start to scan. So slide your beam outside and really start to scan in detail. Above, below, to the left, to the right, in front and behind. And what are we scanning for? We're scanning for any vibrations, whether large or small, whether near or far. And when we find a vibration, we're going to pause, accept, and move on to scan. We're not going to label, because remember, here in the invisible world, we don't need those labels. We don't need to guess. We just accept that vibration and move on to find more. And as you scan, I'd like you to scan with the whole of your body, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, like a tiger in a jungle. Every skin pore, every hair follicle is alive to any vibration, whether it's the next meal or maybe a predator. So sense with your entire body from head to toe. Scanning meticulously, illuminating every dark corner as far afield as you can. This scanning will tone up your vagus nerve. In reality, when we live in urban populations, in developed cultures, we don't really use our vagus nerve and it becomes flaccid. And then we can't receive the biofeedback from the body to the brain properly. The vagus nerve travels down the side, from the brain, down the sides of the faces, down the neck, into the chest and down into the gut and down the arms. And it's constantly monitoring activity in the body. And if your vagus nerve is in tone, then you'll get signals of distress should anything be untoward. So we need this practice to tone up the vagus nerve. Continue to scan with your amazingly bright, powerful laser beam. Okay, wonderful. Now let's move on to stage 2. Bring your power beam, bright, hot, uniquely yours, inside your immediate environment, inside your walls and windows, beneath your roof, if you're in a vehicle, inside the vehicle, and if you're outdoors, up to a 30-meter radius around you. And let's start to scan meticulously, thoroughly, above, in the corners, if you're indoors or in a vehicle, below, in the door, under the furniture, under your car seats, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Scanning meticulously. And as you scan, in the background, your breath, constant, giving you everything you need. It's always there. Your breath is your number one cherished asset. We can't get attached to it. We can't possess it. It is a synergy between planet Earth and the universe. And you. You are in the middle. Your consciousness connects planet Earth and the universe. Your relationship with the Earth is amazing. We cannot deny it. Without the oxygen that the Earth provides, which is the only planet that does so, as far as we know, we couldn't survive for more than 3 or 4 minutes. And then your incredible body is so evolved that your lungs in the top part of your chest process that oxygen day in, day out for 70, 80, even 90 years without fail. From the moment you're born, the moment you die, your first breath, your last breath. It's extraordinary. Value it. Feel the gratitude welling up. You have probably never thought about it, never paid attention to it. It is so precious. Every morning, it's my first feeling. Wow, I made it through the night. I'm so grateful for my breath. The breath is amazing, and we need to appreciate it more. Okay, super. Now, full of gratitude as our fundamental, let's move to stage 3. Slide this incredible beam of your unique mind inside your body, right down to the tips of your toes. Start to scan along the tops of your feet, slowly, thoroughly, and along the soles of your feet towards your heel. Feel the heat and energy of your laser beam, detecting vibrations, illuminating tight places, aching places, and then slide your power beam up into your ankle joints. Take the heat and light inside, soften the cartilages, make space in the joints. Then we start to scan up the lower leg, slowly, thoroughly, little by little, climbing our lower legs, feet flat on the floor, and eventually we encounter the calf muscles. These are often quite hard. Bombardment of gravity or overuse or even bad posture can cause this. So take the heat and light of your mind inside the muscles, soften them, warm them. Warm muscles always soften. Now slide your mind up into your knee joints. Take the heat and light inside. Soften the cartilages. Make space with your laser. Then we come to the thighs. So let's start to scan along the thighs if you're sitting, or up if you're standing. This is the longest bone and muscle in the body in most adults. So start to scan meticulously, take your time, illuminating, detecting vibrations, softening, warming up all the muscles and ligaments. And eventually you encounter the torso. And at the base of the torso is a huge congregation of nerve endings. We call it the base chakra or wheel of energy. And if you're in good condition, this is the hottest place in your body. And it's also the place of birth for women, of procreation for men, and of elimination. So it's so important to keep this healthy. Scan up, and you'll find the coccyx bones, 5 to 6 tiny little bones. Scan up those. And then we come to the beefy bones of the lumbar spine. These are the weight-bearing bones of the spine. Bone, disc, bone, disc. Start to scan up the back of your body now, past the pelvis. Bone, disc, bone, disc, up past the intestines, and on up the back of your body, past the solar plexus, the center of gravity of the body, and the diaphragm, close together. Scan up behind those. Bone, disc. The bones and discs are smaller here. Bone, disc, bone, disc. And eventually we come to the rib cage. And inside the rib cage, all your vital organs, but the most magnificent of them is your heart. And it's pumping away, emanating electromagnetic vibrations 60 times stronger than your brain. The heart is really your brain. Scan up behind the heart, bone, disc, and then you come to the top part of the chest, and there you'll find the lungs flickering away to process oxygen for you, to allow you to live, thrive, be alive. Remarkable activity, constant activity. Scan up behind the lungs, bone, disc, and eventually if you reach up and put your hand on the notch on the back of your neck, then from here on up the spine gets much smaller, narrower, smaller bones and discs, bone, disc, and it climbs up inside the skull. And right at the top of the spine, at the crown of your head, is the atlas joint. The atlas joint is where the skull balances, pivots, and it allows humans to be master communicators. We have more than 10,000 head orientations and facial expressions at our disposal, which makes us superior to animals. And there you have it. The glorious length of your spine. With the power of your laser beam mind, you have lengthened your spine by at least 1 centimeter. Non-doing. The power of the mind is incredible, and we can use it for much more than we do in the limited mind. If we come down into the unlimited mind. When you detect vibration of my bell, allow your eyelids to float open and stare softly ahead. Wonderful. Look out into the visual world, and you're looking out in a totally different way than when we started. From a spine that is lengthened, the crown of the head is going up into the heavens, the base of the spine down into your chair, your feet down into planet Earth, your breath has deepened, your rhythm has changed, and you're breathing consciously, which has huge benefits, both mentally and physically and spiritually. And you are aware all over your body through detecting vibrations, whole body listening. This is the way to navigate the visible world. You'll never get pulled out through your eyes if you stay back in this amazing trinity of humanity: your body, your spirit, and your mind. And embodied leaders are going to be born all the time from now on. We need them for the future. Please contact me if you want to know more. Thank you so much for listening today and being with me. And I trust that you feel as good as I do. Please leave me a comment if you do. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.